Hi, Dr. Gillespie. It's very nice to finally meet you in person. And I first and foremost wanted to congratulate you on your position as CIO at Peach State University.
Well, thank you. It's definitely been a very exciting time around campus, but we're really trying to continue our growth within the community, maintaining our prestige within the community.
All right, and I completely get it. There's always work to be done, especially with you starting a new position at a new university you've never worked at before. And there could always be some roadblocks that are facing you. And sometimes we just need to take a look back. We need to take a seat and we need to see what's really out there that can really help us in achieving those goals in our everyday tasks. And that's really the focus of this meeting. I really wanted to see if there was an opportunity for Gartner for CIOs to create a relationship and maintain a relationship with Peach State University. I would first like to discuss what goals this university has set for itself, not just for the coming weeks and months, but for years to come. And I wanted to see what role you play as a CIO. As the head of IT, you play a very integral role, but I want to know what you play in the role of the university's goals of the years to come, as well as what's in your way in accomplishing the road and overcoming the roadblocks, and what can Gartner really do for you in getting rid of those roadblocks and being well on your way to accomplishing those tasks. And is there anything else that you would like me to include in our agenda before I continue?
No, I think that sounds good. Let's see what we can get accomplished.
All right, awesome. So I did some research before coming here, and I saw that Peach State University is already established itself as a top six institutions in the state, as well as a top 50 institution in the entire nation. And let me say, first of all, that is an amazing accomplishment. Being a top 50 university, you're practically the 0.1% of public education institutions that are in the United States, and that's just amazing. And I'm assuming that with having already that level of success, there is a challenge in evolving your everyday operations and operating at maximum efficiency, as well as maintaining a steady pace of technological advancements that help your exponentially growing number of students enrolling from all over the globe, all over the country. And there are always some challenges to starting out. Would you say that that's correct?
Absolutely. We're a premier destination for incoming students, and we're always looking to improve our technology sector.
All right, so it would be safe to assume that you're looking to make some technological advancements in some way. It's it's safe to assume that you want to look at your technology operations and how they are carried out and what you can do to further supply the demand of that the university offers to you. The students coming in and wanting to excel in the classroom need ample amounts of technological advancement for them to keep up with so they can perform in the classroom. So would it be safe to assume that you're looking to make some advancements?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say it's just the demand of the students, though. It's also the demand of the faculty, as we are trying to emphasize the university's reputation, and we want to be in the top 10 in the country at some point.
All right, so could you give me a big picture of what that looks like for you as the CIO?
Well, it's a very daunting task, especially coming from a smaller university. President of the university wants to see us be in the top 10, and our technology department, as of my predecessor, hasn't really made many improvements, so there's a lot of work ahead for us.
All right, so you're really not understating the magnitude of this task. You being a CIO that's come from what I know as a community college in Maryland, correct? And you are coming to a top 50 or institution in the entire country, so you could have a lot on your plate. And with you starting as a CIO at this university, you have multiple tasks that you need to get ahead on. You have a lot of goals set for you that you need to accomplish. Like you said, your president has set tons of goals for you, especially a very daunting one. So you have a lot on your plate. So with all of that being said, what are some of the roadblocks that you are facing right now?
Well, as I mentioned, being newer to an institute of this size has definitely presented some challenges. I'm used to a much smaller scale of operations. But also, I'd like to be able to see where money is being distributed in our department, where the emphasis is on spending. I want to know if we're overspending in some areas, underspending in others, see where everything should be emphasized. I'd like to be able to look at other top institutions in the nation and see how they're emphasizing their allocation of resources.
All right, so I completely see where you're coming from and where some challenges may be faced. A lot of our clients that I am currently dealing with and have dealt with before in the past, a lot of them are in the same situation as you, whether it be in a business or an institution. They're looking for information that's suitable for them to use in the situation they're facing right now. What numbers can help us in what we're facing right now so we can get rid of it and move on to the next problem. But what I seem to find out is that you guys are just hopelessly looking on search engines such as Google and looking for information through Amazon websites and all of this available information publicly. But when it comes at the end, you guys don't really get much help. You guys are wandering aimlessly. You're not really getting to an end goal, and the goals that you have set for yourself and the other leaders of your organization are setting for you, they're not really being accomplished. So how much time do you have before you have to have a meeting with your president about your status of development?
The president is expecting to meet in about 2 weeks, along with other top ranking officials and the university staff.
Okay, so that sounds great. We have a little bit of time to get some work done. And before I go over what we've discussed so far, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I don't think so.
All right. So far you said that you have moved from a community college in Maryland. You are coming to a very big institution. You are put into a role that wants to see development, that wants to see change in the prestige that this university already has, but you wanted to see grow a little further. And also the roadblocks facing you are sort of your budgeting allocations. You want to know where your money is going, where it is being spent. Is it being spent in areas that it should be spent, or is it being underspent in areas where it should be spent? And that could really create an issue because you are trying to maximize the efficiency you're operating at, and that could always hinder your operations. And I cannot wait to see what Gartner can really do for you. And I would really love to get into the next steps of this presentation if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
All right. So, looking at this big blur, like you said, it is the most important thing for you to get a head start on your challenges. So, what would you say is the most important thing you would like to have access to in increasing your university status, like you said?
I'd like to be able to look at the top 3 universities and see where they emphasize their spending, how does they allocate their resources, and what types of innovations they're making in the tech sector.
Okay, so what if there was something that would be able to show you where these universities are allocating their budgets? Not only the top three, top five, top 10, but also the institutions that are in your area. You are the number six in your area, but what if you're number one? That would always increase your rank in the top 50, of course. So, what if there was something that would be pulled from the widest database available on this type of information? What if there was something that would give you insight to all of these allocation resources available? Would that be helpful?
Absolutely. I don't think I'd be able to have access to something like that.
All right, and that's great to hear. And also, stepping to another part of what you said would be challenging to you. You've never been part of something that's this big. You've always been part of companies and institutions that aren't of this magnitude. And you don't really know which direction to start out with here at Peach State University because you have so much on your plate. So, what would you say is something that would be helpful in you getting the head start that you wanted, starting on the right foot, starting on the right track, and solidifying yourself as a crucial member to this team and a crucial aspect of this university's development in the coming years?
Well, having access to prior example universities that have had these kinds of issues and seeing other CIOs who've been in my shoes before would definitely be beneficial to learning how to handle this task and get on track.
Okay, so like you said, it would be nice to have some real life examples and real life CEOs that would help you out. So would you say that having somebody in your corner, much like a boxer in a boxing ring during the end of a round, they'll have somebody that checks up on them. They have somebody that gives them some advice on how to improve. Would you say something like that is beneficial? And having a previous CIO really mentor you and give you some advice on starting your track as a CIO at a new organization?
Yes, someone who's been in my shoes before would definitely be a great asset to majorly helping me get on track with this.
All right. Well, everything you have said has just been music to my ears. So with everything that you have communicated with me, I'd really love to show you what Gartner really has to offer for you with all of these issues. Would you have a minute for me to go over that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with everything that you've stated, I really believe that the tools that Gartner offers can help you eradicate all of your issues. So first, I want to go over with you over the investment aspect of your organization. Like you said, the issues that you are facing is you want to know your allocation of resources. And at Gartner, we have a tool called the IT budgeting tool. Here, you would be inputting your budget. You would input it yourself. You would put in all the information based on your resources, and from there, you can see where you stand. You can see where you can see where your budget is going. You can see how you stack up against other organizations as well as those top three universities that you were speaking of. And you would be looking at universities that are also the same size as Peach State and how you could allocate your budget to really benchmark yourself with these successful institutions that are already operating in the country and how they are maintaining that level of operation. So this information is actually pulled from the world's largest database of IT budgeting and staffing that is available. All of this information has been vetted. All of this information has been verified and taken from sources that we know are trusted, we know are accurate. We have spent countless amounts of hours trying to perfect this system, and we really believe that it breaks down the functions of your department. It's where you are spending your money. That's really what it all comes down to. Where are you spending it? What areas are you allocating it to? And how does it compare to the other universities that are ahead of you? How are they allocating their money? What are they spending their money on? How are their operations being handled? How is their status being maintained? So would something like this be beneficial to starting out your tasks?
Well, yeah, that's a lot more information than I expected I would even have access to.
All right. So another pressing issue, like you said, is having someone that's been in your shoes before, right? Having somebody that's faced these real life situations you're talking about. Somebody that's gone about solving problems time and time again and solidifying themselves as competitors in an always moving industry, whether it be in a small organization, a medium organization, or something of this magnitude. So here at Gartner, we have a resource we like to call our executive assistant. Our executive partner. With our executive partner, this is a CIO that has been in your shoes before, and they have helped CIOs like you formulate their solutions to the problems they may be facing. The entire point of this system is to have a real life example, like you said. We want to have somebody that is in your corner. We want to have somebody that can pick you up and mentor you and give you advice, face to face advice. You can call them from your computer or cell phone, and they are happy to help you with anything that you may need help with in solving a problem and getting access to something. There's always something that they can help you with and mentor you and show you the ropes of starting at the path at a new place and becoming economically and market and viable in a market that's always changing, like technology. Would you be interested in having access to something like this?
Absolutely, I think it would be very useful to have access to someone with insight into the issues I'm facing and who's been in those issues before, has experience. They could definitely help set things straight in that regard and help me kickstart my role as a CIO at the university.
Right, and you always want to be viewed as the business partner that is crucial to the development of this university. And I really believe that Gartner can really give you that extra step in getting a jump start on everything and just being ahead of the pack when it comes to all this information that is present to you. And with everything we've talked about, what else would you want to know before you feel like you are comfortable enough with moving towards a deal between Gartner and Peach State University?
Well, I'd like to talk about the price. 50,000 a year every 3 years seems like a steep asking price. I want to know about that.
I see exactly where you're coming from, and some of our clients have actually said the same thing before they have implemented our system into their university. They they look at this number as something with a lot of zeros, and that's pretty daunting in the business world. But something with this much helpful information, if you look at it in the big picture, is really a minuscule amount to a university like yours that has an operating income of over $340 million. You are a top 50 institution in the nation, and spending $50,000 and increasing a little bit every single year for the next 3 years is something that you can really put your money into, because this information that you are receiving is worth hundreds of thousands, if not even millions of dollars to other institutions if they were on a lower level scale. But you are almost at the top of the pack, and having access to this information is almost like you just having and you just drink an energy drink, and you have that extra push to just go further. You have the information present to you with something that really isn't a dent in a $340 million operating income, as well as a $5 million budget. You can really take that next stride with Gartner for CIOs. And this cost saving and budgeting tool on its own is really worth more than its face value. This tool can really excel your organization and help you becoming more prestigious, like you said, as the ultimate goal. Mm-hmm. So with everything that I've said, does this clear up the issue that you had with the pricing?
Absolutely, yeah. This seems like a really valuable product, even for the price you're asking. But I did have another question. Can Gartner truly deliver a system which provides unbiased information and isn't just something that is just in there for the money and then any other industry or anyone else could just get a hold of?
Well, I see your concern, because it's something that our previous and current clients have said before. And this information really isn't available publicly. Like I said, we offer an unbiased opinion. We offer information that has been vetted, that has been verified, that has been compiled from the world's largest database of information, and it is completely accurate to your scenario, to your business. And this unbiased research approach, when presenting clients with crucial information to their business, is something that is extremely valuable. You are getting your money's worth. You are definitely getting your information's worth. You are excelling your business. You are using this information that is not available anywhere else, because it is a privately held system that we will only give out once we let our clients see what it can do for them, see the benefits that it offers. And this type of system is crucial to you. You are looking to expand your university. You are looking to climbing the ladder, and I believe that something like this is very crucial to your operations. So does this really clear things up about the ambiguity of what you may think that Gartner may offer to some people?
It does. I'm just not 100% sure if the president would be okay with spending this much at one time in the department, but I do see what benefits it would present, even at the given price tag. I would probably need to showcase this with the president himself and see what he thinks about paying it forward at this kind of price point.
Okay, so what can I do for you to satisfy that?
Well, if we could get a consolidated version of this presentation and be able to meet with him about it, I think that would be really great.
Okay, so are you available tomorrow afternoon possibly? I could have something consolidated of this presentation that I'm giving you. I can consolidate it a little bit to a smaller size, because I know you guys are always busy, and you taking the 20 minutes of your time to meet with me today was very crucial to possibly creating a connection. We can meet tomorrow if possible. I will have something to present to you and the CEO and the president of the university, excuse me, and I really hope that with the information that I've shown you and the information that I will show the president, that you guys really think that this could be a very crucial part to your success in the coming years. And I really hope that speaking with you as well as the president can get this deal done.
All right, I can make that meeting happen, absolutely.
All right, so great. I will have something made up. I will contact you later on with an email and a phone call to check up on you and make sure that we are still on for tomorrow. I will have a presentation ready, and I look forward to meeting with you and the president and hoping to get something done. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.